The benefit of financial books is that it gives you additional knowledge that you may not be familiar with, or even if you know it, you may not act upon it. Now, every month I read one financial book. I'm still learning the process and still going through it, but at the same time, the insight and the wisdom from the financial experts are definitely helpful. These are just a few to name one, like the Tony Robbins and Send the Money, Investing, all types of books. There's millions of different books. My selection that I chose this month was The Art of Spending Money by Morgan Housel. He also wrote the book The Psychology of Money, which is an incredible read. And whether you realize it or not, spending money is in itself an art. Whether to spend it or not spend it, what to spend it on, how you're using it, it is definitely a technique to it. The core argument is that money is more about the awareness instead of the math, the spending. The real flex isn't what you buy, it's how little stress money causes you. So this was definitely a different take on a financial book than I was expecting. But my first takeaway was that the best thing that money doesn't buy doesn't show up on social media. Examples would be freedom, time, sleep, option. No one double taps those, but those are the things that quietly run your life. And if you have a certain amount of money that gives you the option to enjoy all of those without necessarily displaying on social media, then your life will technically be a bit more stress free. The second takeaway is the ability to say no and not the ability to say look. When you have the flexibility in spending your money, you could say no to things that would sap your time and that you really just truly don't want to do, especially if you're in a financially good situation. And instead of the ability to say, look, there's been many cases where people would buy all these luxury cars, keep the luxury lifestyle, keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, but that is quietly enslaving them. It's not a bad thing to have those items if that's what you prefer and that's your thing. It's just saying that a lot of people who choose to spend their money on those to, in a sense, to show off ends up becoming a trap for them, a lifestyle trap that they're now working to say yes to all these opportunities because they have to pay for those. The third takeaway is that you don't need the perfect money plan. You just need a money plan that you'll follow. One that is easy enough to keep disciplined, whether it's something like the avalanche effect where you're paying all your high interest credit card bills first, or a snowball effect, you're paying a little bit just to get the psychological wins. Anything that you can realistically easily follow that you can keep disciplined with. Something easy and effective, whether it's a boring plan, because a boring plan will beat a brilliant plan anytime as long as you can stay consistent to it. My fourth takeaway is that lifestyle inflation is a sneaky little thief. You know the Biggie song, the Biggie phrase, more money, more problems. This is kind of the heart of this matter. Is that sometimes when you make more income, now you want to eat more at the fancier restaurants. You have a lot more bills. You start to take on more. And those little things, that lifestyle creep, that inflation tends to hit at your bottom line. And in the worst times, especially when you have emergencies. The worst thing about it is that at the end, you don't feel more richer. You just heighten your stress level, your anxiety when everything is coming due at once. The last takeaway is that frugality isn't deprivation. Sometimes when you think of someone saying that they're frugal, you feel like they're cutting everything about their lifestyle. But they could be frugal in the frivolous things so that they could use the money to, again, increase that lifestyle that they want. So if I don't have to spend money on extra trinkets or gadgets, the money that I save, I then buy any type of book I want personally. So the big mic drop insight from this whole book is that if your money is loud and your life is stressed, you're doing it wrong. That art of spending is probably not serving you well. Again, that's my takeaways. This was a brilliant book that I definitely suggest anyone read. Invest in the book, get it, but definitely read it. Drop a comment and let me know what you thought about this book. If you also have any other book suggestions and if you like what you read, I appreciate you. Keep reading. All the best.